Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nubraid's bonus video today. Surprise news. Didn't see this one coming, but another couple of champion buffs, right? They're sneaking these in every now and then, a couple of buffs. We always want more, or at least, I don't know, I always want more. I think most of you agree. Always want more, but it's nice to see any little bit that we get. I do think the first one may be a little bit controversial because it's none other than the Plarium Points Program champion. I have not got her yet. As you guys know, I'm not free to play at all, but not a massive spender either. I don't know. Let me know where am I in comparison to you? If you were a free to play and you play as much as me, as in probably a lot, where are you? I'm curious where a free to play player would be and how much extra I've gotten. I tend to buy the Forge Pass pretty frequently, and I think the Forge Pass actually gives you a lot of these points. So I will actually get this champion soon, but I don't have her yet. But I'm definitely, she is a champion I will get. I think a free to play person is probably still months and months away from getting her. But she is being buffed. She is being buffed. I think this is good. Like I said, I think people might get mad about it. Oh, they're buffing a champion I can't get. I never ascribe to that at all. Like, I think particularly it's why I advocate for mythical buffs so much is, when you do get a champion, you want the champion you get to be good. And it doesn't matter if I personally will never get them, somebody else is going to get them, and they should be a good champion. Searsha was definitely a meme. Searsha, by the way, I think this is a very clever name. It's a pun on the Irish name. There's a lot of Irish names within this faction. But Searsha is spelled differently. It's Saoi or Se. Is the Irish spelling, which means like freedom, and it's a very common name for girls in Ireland. Like I've got a cousin called Searsha, friend. But yeah, this is a pun on it instead of being like seer because fire. Haha. Cool. But yeah, she was notorious for being absolutely terrible before. Like 4-turn cooldown with a tiny turn meter pushback. 4-turn cooldown, AoE burn. Really not good. Not a good champ. She is being improved. So what does Plarium say? They say, with this rebalance, we aim to refine her kit, make her a top-tier champion against Hydra. Well, let's see what they've actually done. So yeah, Conflagrate, her A1 attacks 3 times, can extend HP burn. Each hit can also decrease the duration of a buff. If the target's under a HP burn, the chance increases to 100%. Okay, so the A1, you're not going to use this too often. Yeah, instead of being a chance, 65% chance to decrease a random buff on the target, that's going to now be 100% chance if they are burned. Kind of weird that the chance ups to 100%. That doesn't really benefit from booking. Like, it's still as good when unbooked. So I guess you just hope you don't book this move, I guess. So then again, you do want to book it because that chance is really good for extending the burns. I don't know, bit of a weird one, but that's okay. Not a huge deal there, but it's fine. Kind of useful maybe against, I think she could be somewhat useful against Ice Golem hard, especially if they do more levels of that and you can't just like solo it with Artak. She could be quite good for Ice Golem hard, and being able to remove buffs is okay, I suppose. Forest Fire. This used to, it used to be an AoE attack, but it's not an attack anymore. Let's see. Yeah, her A2 will no longer trigger an attack, ensuring reliable HP burn debuffs while bypassing Poison Cloud, and cooldown decrease as well. Okay, great. So they've changed the books. So this used to be $4 giving damage and buff debuff chance. That is now just worse buff debuff chance. Okay, it's worse, but yeah. But the cooldown's gone down. That's actually really good. So now it's a 3-turn cooldown, AoE placement of HP burn. Okay, it's simple. It's not, a mind-blowing move, but it's good. It's good. 3-turn burn, that's fine. It goes through Poison Cloud. She can place it no matter the affinity of like the spider bosses or the other thing. She can place burns on Nether Spider and it doesn't trigger counterattacks. That's fine. All right. That's a nice change. That's actually a really good change. Really should have been this or something like this from the start. Yeah, 3-turn burn. Cool. Blazing Panic then, her A3, attacks all enemies. Now it will put decreased speed, and if the target's under burn, put Hex on them, and the cooldown's gone down. Okay. Let's look at this. So it's going down to a 5-turn. It's going to get... Oh, wait a second. But I don't think the cooldown's actually going down. On the A3, replace turn meter reduction with decreased speed and Hex to boost the team damage. I think it's still a 4-turn cooldown after books. because they're removing one of the cooldown reductions from books, and they're replacing that with increasing the chance of these debuffs. Okay. So yeah, it's a lower cooldown baseline, but yeah. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. You know, we're talking about you could maybe save books on the A1 and like, oh, this is a bit better cooldown baseline unbooked. If you're the sort of person that has this champion, let's be honest, you're not struggling for legendary books. I mean, I'd be surprised if you are, but you could probably afford to book Searsha if you've got her, right? I mean, you're not exactly strapped for cash. So, yeah. I don't know. That's cool though, but nice. So this is now an AoE decrease speed, and if they're under burn, an AoE hex. It actually is quite solid. It's a 4-turn, so pretty straightforward. You prioritize her A2 for the burns, and then she comes in after the A2 and she does this. The turn meter pushback was pretty weak. That's just gone. Yeah, it's just replaced. Decreased speed and hex. So you're looking at her for Hydra. She is an AoE burn, very consistent, and then AoE decreased speed and hex. You know, it's not bad. It's yeah. I don't think I would not say she's top tier, but she's good. But I don't think she's top tier. And again, because she is such a spender's champion, by the time that you have bought her, is she even worth using? Like when I get Searsha, am I going to use her in this state? Maybe in some niche teams every now and again, but probably not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but probably not. Her passive has also been changed as well. Her passive is enhanced to offer greater healing and supporting allies with minor heals. Okay, so whenever she's attacked, heals her. Also heals all allies by 10% of the damage received. That's pretty weak. Like, it's a tiny bit of healing for your team. It's kind of nice, but it's not crazy. But I think this does make her actually pretty decent again for Ice Golem Hard, where you can put her in like a regen set. And because she's healing when she's attacked by enemies under burn, and because burn is so good against Ice Golem, actually works out being pretty decent. Funny enough, I don't think her new A3 is anyway useful against Ice Golem. It's really just the A2 and then this passive. 35% chance to activate burns when the attacker hits them. That's a huge buff. Gone from 15 to 35 plus 50. So 50. That is actually genuinely really good. That's actually good. 35. It's not 35. It's 35 baseline. That's an extra 20. That's a huge buff to this. It's gone from 30% booked to 50% booked. That is big. Okay, you know what? That actually makes her pretty good. So whenever she's attacked, she now has a 50-50 to activate burns on them. That's actually really nifty. I like that a lot. That's very strong. And again, that ties in very well to Ice Golem. Ice Golem boss hits you, activates the burn. Pretty nice. And again, I think you would for Ice Golem turn off her A3 and just have her spam her A1 and hope to increase the duration of the burns on the Ice Golem boss, because you're going to be blowing them up quite a bit. Yeah, cool. Okay, you know what? I think they're actually nice changes to Searsha. The passive really cinched it for me as being, okay, that's actually really good. Yeah, she's going to be a decent champ for Hydra. Will she be top tier? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, the thing is, people have been saying I haven't tested Hydra enough at all yet to make an actual conclusion. But I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, decreased speed isn't that good anymore. Hex even not as good anymore as it used to be. I don't know exactly how true that is, but that's what people are saying. I don't know. Let me know with your testing. Is this like buff come a little bit too late? Have decreased speed and hex fallen off value? I think they're still pretty valuable. I think she's solid. And yeah, the passive is actually going to be really nice now. It's actually a really nice passive. So yeah, Searsha has become a decent champion. Good. All right, we got one other buff again. It's a pity it's only 2 champs. It's a pity. We want more. There's a lot more champs that do need these buffs. You know, even champs that don't need buff. Like, a lot of these champs are champs that need buffs. But, like, you can also, like, you can also just buff stuff that's good and just make it really good. You know, like, you could just come in and be like, hey, you know what? Rila's a good champion. Let's just make her even better. Like, you know what? Like, the balancing doesn't always need to be catching up to where the game should be. You know, you can do more balancing more often, catch up to where it should be, and then even, like, mix up the meta. Give some champs time to shine. You can do fun stuff. But King Garog, anyway. Enough of my soapbox. King Garog is being changed, which is nice. He's definitely one of those forgotten about champions. His review, yeah, very, very mid. Even. lower than average. He's being changed. With the following changes, King Garog's damage output has been increased across all active skills, reinforcing his role as a damage dealer in the current meta. Cool. Okay. So his A1 Gigantic Cleaver's higher chance to stun. So as a 50% chance to stun, chance increases to 75% if the target's turn meter is equal to or higher than 50%, and the damage has gone up. Okay. The double hitter used to be 35% chance to stun and 50 if it was equal. All right. So it's not guaranteed. It doesn't get any extra chances from books. Just straight up 50-50 to stun and a 75-25 to stun if the target has high turn meter. Pretty decent. Good A1. Solid. Fine. Cool. Next up, Hack to Bits is A2. Attacks one enemy 4 times. Each hit ignores 20% defense. Each crit has a 50% chance to reduce the cooldown of Gore Maker by 1 turn. And the damage is increased. This is going to hit a lot harder. So 4-hitter, just going to hit harder. And now 20% ignore defense as well. Wow, okay, this move is going to destroy people, most likely. This is going to be a big nuke. That is a huge improvement to his kit. Yeah, okay, that's great. Then Gore Maker attacks all enemies, ignores 20% defense. Interesting, that's the same amount. That's good. Ignores a further Ignores a further 5% defense for each buff on this champion. What was it before? Ignores further 5% defense for each buff on the target. Okay, that works much better in like a speed, go fast, nuke type team, which is probably what you'd be running this champion in. It scales off of your buffs, not theirs. That is overall definitely better, I would say. And works well too with like Necred or something like that. All right. And then War Machine will not reset if this champion is killed. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, sorry. I also missed this. The cooldown of Gore Maker has gone down by 1 turn. So it's a 5-turn. So 4 turns when booked. You've got a 4-turn when booked AoE, but you do reduce the cooldown much more. Yeah, the cooldown reduction on his A2 will now get this back. Okay, there's something to be said for King Garog. I don't think he's certainly not top tier or anything like that, but he's much better now. That's actually nice. Damage up on everything. This A2 should be a big damage dealing move. The cooldown reduction over here, I actually think it's really nice as well. Yeah, that's going to be quite nice. So you can actually reduce the cooldown and have it actually work consistently. Pretty great. And then, yeah, he's stacking up. So he gets up to 30 speed, 6 per kill, 7% crit damage per kill, up to 35. It's not that strong, honestly. It's not that strong. He gets nice buffs if enemies are revived. So yeah, King Garog, I think he's, it's not like, oh, let me put my mythical back in the vault. Here's King Garog, or put my Void Legendary damage dealer in the vault. King Garog is in. But I think for any faction-specific stuff, he becomes a lot better. For anyone that actually don't have him, but anyone who pulls him early in the game, instead of being really disappointed, it's now, okay, this guy's actually kind of good for arena and whatnot. So that's nice. So yeah, nice changes. And there we go. Let me know what you think, guys. I feel like it's a small patch, really. I do. I feel like it's a small patch. I really feel like they could do twice as many champions and it would feel better. But the King Garog changes, I think, is a positive. Like, honestly, this stuff, this is like a perfect set of balance changes. Yeah, this is exactly what King Garog needs. It's great. This is great. Your goal is not with the buffs to make King Garog the best champion in the game. That's absurd. He is just a normal, force affinity attack legendary. That's all he is. But these changes are making him up to date with like the modern game and making him actually good. These are perfect balance changes. Like, brilliant. I also think the Searsha changes actually genuinely really good as well. I think they're 2 really good balance changes. Yeah. They're not going to be crazy OP, but they're going to be decent champs. I'm curious how good Searsha might actually be. It'll be fun. So yeah, I think positive changes. We just want to see a bit more. And yeah, I'm a little bit worried that people might just be super negative because one of the changes is Searsha, and he's not a free-to-play champion. But hey, look, that's life, I suppose. Yeah, again, wish they would buff more because they're doing a good job. When they started buffing champs again at the start of the year, it was a little sketchy. Let's be real. They weren't great. I feel like they've been doing better recently with the champion buffs. They've actually been doing a good job buffing champs. So, like, keep it up. Please do more. We'll see. Let me know what you think. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.